Hi, my name is Andre King, and today I'm going to be talking about the Earth Matrix. Now, what the Earth Matrix basically is basically a holographic system constructed by draconian reptoids. Now, these reptoids have been around for thousands and thousands of years, probably even longer than that, and they've been manipulating society since early man. They've manipulated the caveman, all that stuff. They basically genetically modified our DNA and mixed it with their DNA in order to create the modern day human. And we were primarily created as a slave race in order to mine the earth's resources so they can build the matriarchal system so that they can have us basically worshiping them by using mainly Saturnian symbolism and moon symbolism. And these symbolisms, we worship them unconsciously, so a lot of times we're not aware of it. So the best way to, be aware of it is to know what the symbols look like. And basically the symbols basically symbolize these planets. It's basically Saturn and the moon. Now, basically they feed off all of our five senses, basically sight, see, hear, smell, all that stuff. So whenever we looking into these symbols, we are not aware that we giving it energy. That's basically how these systems work. And also our governmental structures, our educational system, just about every aspect of our lives have these symbols in them. And the way all this really ties in together is you have Saturn, which is basically like a radio station, basically emitting like radio frequency waves. That's why Saturn has the A, B, C, and D ring. That's why they call it the A, B, C, and D ring. And it basically amplifies these waves, and these waves come to Earth. Really, it comes to the moon first, and it hits the moon. And then the moon is like hollow on the inside. It's like an amplifier. And then the amplifier, bam, amplifies the waves to like really, really low frequencies. And then it hits Earth. And then it keeps Earth in a low vibration so that, we not in touch with our spiritual side. We more like in our lower self, like sex, drugs, money, all the things that basically run our society. And another thing about the Matrix is basically health. It controls our health, which health is basically the same thing as vibration. And a lot of us are have all these health conditions and stuff is because we've not been, in tune with our spiritual selves. The more and more you get in tune with your spiritual self, the more and more you become detached from this third dimensional matrix that they constructed for us. And a lot of people are thinking these entities go by like many different names. They go by the Anunnaki, they go by the devil, they go by Satan, God, all these idols that we worship. And that's religion and belief systems are one of the forms of worship that they, have out here for people. So that's another way they can program you. And another way they got a lot of people is like they get you when you first come out the womb, like when you first born, you being programmed really before that, because when you being formed in your mom's stomach or whatever, all these, you can still get affected by these negative vibrations that that are going around, and basically you pretty much program, even in the womb and stuff. So there really is no way around being programmed, honestly, but you become aware of it. When you become aware of it, you can start to remove these programs and start to, detach it. You'll be able to go into higher levels, and you can ultimately escape this prison or transcend it and go into higher dimensions, and you will be able to see these entities. And what their true form is a reptoid form, it's a reptile form, a snake-like form. And they feed off energy, because these beings are energetic beings. Even our realm, the third dimension, is energetic. It's not physical, because if you're into quantum mechanics, you'll know that atoms have no solidity at all. Like, they're not even like really solid. Actually, it's just that our brains decode this as, it being solid, as it being real, but it's really not, solid. It's really just we in like a pool of contrasting energies, and all these energies are like, interacting with each other. But what the reptilians did, they came here and they been emitting one particular energy, which is a synthetic artificial energy, more like a distortion upon humanity, in order to feed off our energy and stuff. Because when you're a fourth dimensional being, you don't feed off like physical food and stuff like that. You feed off mainly energy. That's what you do. And they want to feed off our energy because it makes them stronger. It gives them vitality. It helps them to survive. And these entities been passing down knowledge, information, all that stuff, because they want to bring us to a certain end that will basically mold our society into something that they want, and they have so far been very successful at it. And, a lot of people really going to be in for a rude awakening, these next coming years, if, they don't really start becoming aware of what's going on, And these entities are not just, like reptile and all that stuff. They can take any form. They can take the form of angels. They can take the form of demons, all this stuff. Even, God, all this stuff y'all, y'all believe in and stuff. So y'all just got to be aware of that. And they feed off these synthetic, negative energies and even positive energies. That's why, you see the new age on the rise, because they trying to bring in a new age so they can bring in these fake negative, fake positive vibrations. Because a lot of people out here, bro, the society that we run off of is basically a fake society. Because you gotta think about it like this, man. We do everything based off, like survival and stuff. We really don't, like genuinely care about, each other. We do it because we have to, survive. We have to, have good relationships in order to have a stability. But that's not the way it's supposed to be. We supposed to be creators. We supposed to be able to create our own life, and not have to be dictated by, people at the top, And honestly, only way you're gonna really be able to transcend, is not through other people. You're not gonna learn from nobody else. This information only comes from within, and it's the type of information that you can only access by yourself, because everybody has a different spiritual mission that we have to go on. Not everybody's walking the same path. When we have everybody walking, trying to go towards the same, the same building, that's how they get you. This hive, it get you in like a hive mind, like bees. That's kind of how humans are. We kind of like bees. They keep us in groups, and they know everybody's intentions. They know where you're going. They can see your future. They can do all that, based off that's strictly because they're fourth dimensional entities. Because when you're fourth dimensional, you basically operate beyond time. So they can literally rewrite time. They can do all this stuff, and you wouldn't even know it. They can rewrite your memory, all that stuff. And that's why it's very important to get inside your spiritual self, so that you will be able to detect these entities and their manipulations. And that's basically what the Saturn Moon Matrix is. It's basically a holographic prison that feeds off our synthetic negative emotions and synthetic positive emotions, in order to feed these entities, and that's basically, all I wanted to say about that. If you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, and let me know if y'all want more content from me. Bye. Hi, my name is Andre King, and today I'm going to be talking about the Earth Matrix.